Hi, we're back here, and we have a young man today that is interested in a different kind of art. It's going to be very exciting, and I introduce you to Bobby Von Martin.
Hello.
Hi, Bobby.
Nice to
It's
be
nice
here.
to see you.
Good to meet you.
I'm so glad you came in, and you're an artist, all right?
Correct.
That's fantastic. Let me find out a little bit about you first before we talk about your art.
Okay.
When did you first start feeling like you had to do art?
Well, I'm kind of blessed with a family full of artists.
Oh,
So, it started with my grandpa in World War II, sending letters back to my grandma with, all kinds of colors and nice lettering and stuff like that. And
wow.
my father is a welder, so he builds things with metal fabricator.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also painted automobiles, really into the arts. All my aunts and uncles, pretty much my whole family dabbles in art. So, luckily the gift got passed down to me. And, growing up, instead of watching TV and stuff like that, other than Saturday morning cartoons, my dad would tell us, pick up a piece of paper and a pencil. And I have an older brother who was really into drawing, so that's all we would do, was just all day, would just start drawing. And all growing up, and it just kind of carried over to where I am at now. It took me a long road to really start doing it as a career, to really start pushing my art and getting it out there. But it's always been something that I loved, and I'm fortunate enough at a part of my life to where I can do it full time.
That is fantastic. Oh, what did you do before you were able to get into your art?
Well, I mean, I've been in management positions. And then I wanted to do something with my art. Mm-hmm. So then I started doing tattoos.
Oh.
So I would be able to draw the tattoo out. And then unfortunately I was in a motorcycle wreck, and I hurt my right hand real bad. Almost lost my hand, actually.
Oh my gosh.
So after that, I had to actually learn how to redraw. Started drawing with my left hand a little bit, so I can kind of draw with both hands.
Wow.
But I built up my muscles in my hands where I can start drawing enough, and I'm blessed with a beautiful family, and I'm able to kind of just stay home with my beautiful daughter. She's 4 right now, and so I paint while she plays, and that's kind of what we do all day.
And guess who's going to be the next artist in the family?
Oh, definitely.
And
yeah.
what is her name?
Vanna.
Vanna? Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
play
my whole
around with
family. I have 2 older boys too, and I try to get them involved in art, as far as like if they want to include themselves in what I'm doing. Or my middle child, he really excels at it, so he has this big stack of his little mini portfolio, and just drawings and drawings. So hopefully it'll be passed down again.
That is fantastic. You were, excuse me. You were telling me that you did Choctaw.
Me being who as I am with my bloodline, I'm multicultural. So my mom and myself my mom's bloodline is an enrolled member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma.
Wow.
And they're from Oklahoma. And then my dad's family, my dad was born in Texas in a little town in Laredo. It was a border town. And my dad is half Mexican and half white. So growing up, I had all them cultures kind of mixed in, and so I kind of run with it, Just
I think that is fantastic. In fact, I'm even thinking about doing that DNA stuff, because just to know something about what really your family and your ancestry, I find that very interesting.
Yeah, for myself, my ancestors are #1 priority in my art, and just for my daily life, as far as telling stories of my dad who's passed on, or my grandpa, and just so my children's and hopefully their children and my grandchildren will all know where they come from.
That is
and
fantastic.
those stories of who they are.
I really believe in that. I think,
Absolutely.
I wish we'd get back to the place where the whole family stayed together.
Yes.
It's hard to do in this time, I know, but to not have your grandparents with your children is really sad.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that they can offer to their
Absolutely.
children. And that bond is really good, because the children feel like got somebody.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Really.
growing up, my grandmother was actually really influential in my life. You know, and she taught me how to be a little man, basically. You know, I mean, as far as like respecting this, respecting that, respecting culture, respecting people in general. And so she is almost at the top of my list, you know, of most important people to me growing up. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think that's great. And what is what makes the art different? What makes it Choctaw?
Well, I basically just want to let people know that of what my heritage is as far as my site saying Choctaw Artists, and I'm proud of my Choctaw blood. And so a lot of my Native American pieces are of Choctaw elders, which is a little bit different than what you would see as like the stereotypical Native American who was on TV, which is like the Plains American Indians.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to use my art as a way to, you know, when people see it and they want to ask questions about it. So I get to inform them a little bit about, you know, the differences between tribes in the United States. And that's basically what I want to do with my art, as far as just make people have conversations about maybe even difficult issues. Sometimes I paint, I don't want to say political, but about kind of unwritten histories that Native peoples have gone through in this country. So I get those questions, what's this about? And then, you know, and I'll explain to them. And, you know, a lot of people don't know a lot of the actual history that people don't talk about. And then as far as the beautiness of Native American culture, I like to paint that stuff, and then we can have conversations about that also. So
that is great. I love that whole idea of doing that. And I would love to see some of those, because I'd like to know more about the Choctaws. I like you say, you see mostly Plain Indians. So what makes the Choctaws different than the Plain Indians?
Well, as far as Native Americans go in the United States, there's over 500 tribes. We all have different languages. We all have different traditions, different cultures. So, and there's beauty in all of them. So back in Oklahoma, where my people are from, they're actually relearning what we lost in the I would say like the boarding school era, when our cultures were kind of looked down upon. So there was a lot of history, a lot of stuff that's lost. So a lot of the paintings I paint of Choctaw are just I would say our elders, maybe before we made the move to Oklahoma from the Trail of Tears, where there's more culture, more of the original Choctaw representation in my paintings. But as far as our games, we have, you know, our stickball games, our dances. And it's all a lot different than what people would connect as being Native American. So, you know, I kind of want to get that out there.
I love any kind of dancing. I just, when I see somebody dance, I just think, oh, that.
Yeah.
And so that's really fascinating.
Yeah, and as far as my art, you know, I'm not just, I paint everything that means something to me. And so I do, you know, Mexican American art, Chicano art. I do things that I'm passionate about. So, you know, growing up, TV shows and things like that I really enjoyed. I paint the TV, you know, paint actors that I really enjoy, and it's kind of just real diverse. So
that's great. And did you bring any pictures with you today?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, as we can see, some of these pictures that I'm going through. I paint. There's a skyline of Fresno that I did. There's another Native American on the side. I basically just paint everything that means something to me.
Oh,
and I work with watercolors. I work with oils. I work with acrylics.
Oh, that's great.
I'm starting to do carvings. I'm starting to do wood burnings. So I got my Aztec indigenous people of Mexico, their traditional regalia.
Oh, that's great.
Eagles, which was really important to Native Americans.
And to everybody.
Absolutely. I want to get more into like landscapes, painting, you know, Mother Earth, painting all the beautiful things that she provides us. And so I basically just everything to my point growing up is what I love to paint. You know, growing up, like right there was James Dean, watercolor of James Dean.
Oh, yes.
My dad rode motorcycles all his life. He was a wrencher. He's so I grew up around that culture also, just working on cars and making custom cars, and so that's basically just I just want to express myself through my paint. So I paint exactly what I love, and it comes through in my art.
That's the way you've got to do it. I keep wanting to ask you something, and then lose it. You know, this ADA stuff. Anyway, there was something about your art that I wanted to ask. Oh, where can we see it? Slightly important.
Actually, yeah, I just had a show at Tower District Records on the corner of Olive and Palm. But my art exhibit there is going to be up till the end of September. And that exhibit, I had over 130 pieces shown. In the
wow.
reception, I sold 15 originals and over 100 prints.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
An artist who sells his work.
Yeah, yeah. And
That is
then,
fabulous.
and then coming up is the thing called the Sierra Art Trails, which starts September 30th through October 2nd. And I'm going to be showing in Oakers at Slim's Coffee Shack. But what that whole event is they have over 100 artists, and they open up Mariposa, Orcas, Coastal, all those places, and people open their homes, their businesses, and it's basically like an art hop in the Sierras, basically. So you can drive all over, see the beautiful scenery, and see beautiful art.
Wow.
And you know, it's going to be a nice event. That one's coming up. I also have
You got a date on it?
that one is going to be. It starts September 30th and it runs through October 2nd.
Oh, okay.
And there's enough art to where you can just be up there every single day and just see different pieces. So
Wow.
tons of art.
Great.
I'm also having a couple pieces in a Argenta Gallery in Arkansas at a show for indigenous peoples there, and that starts
Wow.
October 7th through November 6th.
Wow.
And then I'm also going to be showing at this next month's Art Hop at the Vault downtown. You can see my work there also.
Is that the Thursday one?
That's the Thursday, the first Thursday of every
First
month.
Thursday.
And yeah, I'll be showing down there. But what I'd like to say also is the reason at my show, and what I like to do is I like to make art affordable for people. So I have my originals, I have humongous canvases that I just that are at normal price. But what I like to do at my shows is I like to make copies, and unfortunately they're unsigned. But the reason for that is so I can sell them really cheap. So what I do is at my shows, because everybody wants to go home with something.
Oh, yeah.
So this last show I had prints as low as $1. And so people, they were, you know, and I just want to share it. I mean, that's what art is for, you know,
Oh, I
so
see.
someone can take it home and hang
Have
it
it
on their
in their
wall.
home,
And
yeah.
absolutely. And so, you know, my signed prints are a little bit more expensive, but I feel that my art is reasonably priced for what's out there. And I also do commission paintings. So if anybody has a photograph of their loved ones, I love doing that also. I've done many of those, and it just brings smiles to people's faces, and that's what I enjoy. So
That is so wonderful. I really appreciate the fact that you are into it so much. And
Oh,
that
it's my
you're-
passion,
That
definitely.
you're thinking about the people.
yeah,
You know, because so many, well, I have to say it myself. I mean, I don't have any copies of anything, so it's too expensive for everybody.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to take a tip from you and start getting some. In fact, I just bought one of those things that, you know, you put your prints in. So I got to start doing some prints of my work. So
there you go. I mean, I would advise that as far as I wouldn't say to get a following, but just so people can love your art. You know, if somebody really loves your piece and they want to see it every day when they get up in their house, you know, how can I deny them of that? So,
That's what counts.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad about that. Listen, I am so happy that you came today.
Thank you,
Because
thank you.
I think you're doing a wonderful thing,
Absolutely.
and also you're putting it out where people can see it and people can buy it.
Yeah.
That is so important. Just give me those dates one more time,
Okay.
so that they won't forget.
Yeah, if everybody can show up to the Sierra Art Trails, and that's September 30th through October 2nd. My personal work will be shown at Slim's Coffee Shack with another local native artist, Alex Lewis, who's a carver. Beautiful work. I also have a couple going to a gallery in Arkansas at an indigenous show. And my show right now, you can go see all my work. I have over 100 pieces there at Tower District Records on the southeast corner of Olive and Palm. And my stuff will be up there till the end of the month.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
Thank you.
coming in, Bobby. This has
Thank
been
you.
really, really good and something different in art. It's really interesting.
Absolutely.
So anytime you have another event or something, please feel free to come on in.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Glad to have you.
All right. Thank you.
We'll be right back.